What's going on, Hexkins? I'm making a video today, kind of as a response to some very serious questions that I'm being asked, because people are starting to look at HEX for the complete and total financial system that it is, and they're starting to go down the rabbit hole, and they're asking amazing questions. They're asking wonderful questions. That the HEX community has been thinking about for about 10 and 11 months now, some for even longer. And I want to address it in a video, and I want to show you what I think. This is just me personally, and there probably could be Hexicans in the community that disagree with me, but I want to show you what I think is the most balanced thing that you could do with the minimal investment, not to make the max ROI that you can in HEX. The max ROI is to take your investment and stake it out for 5,555 days. That's how you get the max ROI on one stake, one investment, right? I'm talking about the most balanced way, right? And the most balanced way, I think, is to create a quarterly 15-year CD ladder where each stake has a minimum of one T-share. I think that's the minimum that that you should do, and I think that because every quarter, for the first maybe year or two, that might not be, the most, the the greatest like returns, but as each day passes by, the HEX contract turns over and pays all of your stakes, right? So, the longer that T-share is sitting out there, as it gets more rare, as this, as the daily payout for T-shares, which is now at 4.5 HEX, continues to rise, paying a T-share more and more HEX every single day. You will be working. You will be making, from like year 5, 8, 10, all the way out, will begin to become, as HEX's price in the market, as HEX does more market price discovery, and begins to appreciate properly. This investment that I've kind of totaled looks to be about 350,000 HEX at today's price, which would put it at $29.75. So about a $3,000 investment you could take and ladder out quarterly, and so that you get at least one T-share per stake quarterly, for the next 15 years. And that's it doesn't seem like much now, right? And that's probably a decent amount of money for people, but this is, I think, the minimum that you should do, with HEX. And so let me show you how that would kind of look, because it's showing you that 11,046 HEX equals one T-share if you stake it for a day, right? So let's do that. 11. Oops. Staked for one day, and it shows you get a T-share, right? Well, if you staked it for 365 days, or 3650 for 10 years, that'll give you 3 T-shares. Well, that's nice if you can afford it. 3 T-shares staked out 10 years, that's going to pay. But if your goal is to, this is, you're kind of limited on funds and this is what you want to do, I would highly recommend it. So then you don't need 11,000 HEX to stake out. What it turns out today, and tomorrow is going to be different because the share price only goes up, right? So this video is good for today, but it still applies. The concept still applies, but the share price of HEX will always continue to go up, and almost daily. If not, it can go up not just daily, but sometimes it can go up multiple times in a day, because what ratchets that share rate up is people ending stakes, right? It's based on somebody comes in, ends a stake. HEX contract determines that's the highest return on investment the HEX contract has ever seen. Got to ratchet the share price up. So that can happen, daily. It could happen daily. It could happen multiple times a day. So, but it turns out that today, if you wanted a T share staked out from year 10, you would need to stake 3,700 HEX, right? And that would give you one T share. And you would stake that out quarterly. So how many quarters? Because and then you would 3,700x. Because if let's do 4,000 days, just to kind of show you something. 4,000 days. Well, we've gone out, an extra year basically, and we don't have any more T shares. Like it didn't increase because all the benefits, this longer pace benefit gives you an extra 20% per year for up to 10 years. But from year 10 to 15, the benefit of staking out further is you get to lock this share rate in for another 5 years. But you don't get any more T shares or any more shares in the HEX system for staking out past 10 years. You just get to hold on to that share rate. Right, and there's magic there, so that's not to be messed with. Like a T share 10 years from now, it could be worth, it could be, I've heard 250,000 HEX staked for a day will give you one T share 10 years from now. They're modeling it. Who knows? There's really no telling. So a T share 10 years from now is going to be worth a lot, and a T share locked away 10 years from now for an extra 5 years. That's the part about HEX that you can't know the price of. You can't know you can't put a dollar amount on what a T share could possibly be worth 10, 15 years from now. We can't know, right? And that T share is locked in, and this contract is paying you probably 10 years from now 200 HEX per day. 200 HEX per day, and whatever that's worth, it doesn't matter. The HEX contract doesn't care about what the price of HEX is, today or 10 years from now. It just knows you got a T share, and the daily rate for a T share pays, 200 HEX per day 10 years from now. So thinking about it like that, I just kind of walk you through it. 3,700 HEX, right, staked out quarterly from year 10 to year 15 is going to give you one T share quarterly, right? All the way out. And that should be, there's about 20, I just go round up 21 quarters in a 5-year period. And so 21 times 3,700 is 77,700 HEX. So for that 5-year leg of your CD ladder from year 10 to 15, you're going to need about 77,000 HEX, right? And then for the from year 5 to year 10, I did the math for you there. You're going to need about 117,000 HEX. And because we can do this, so you're going to need 5,600 HEX staked out 25 days, because that's 5 years, and then that shows you that gets you one T share. And you're going to start at 5,600 HEX, start at 1825, and then you'll actually, as you go from year 5 to year 10, you'll actually accrue more than one T share if you just stick with that principle for 21 quarters from year 5 to year 10. Eventually, by the time you get to year 10, you'll have actually 2 T shares, in those quarters, and then from year 10 you'll drop back down to 1 T share. So yeah. And then for the last leg, or the first leg really, from year 1 to year 5, you would want to stake out, to get 1 T share, 11,000 or 11,100 hex or something like that. So we'll just round up. We'll do times 21, and that's about 233,000 hex, to get you, staked quarterly for the first leg of the year. And that's not gonna, that might not pay, for the first two, year or two of hex, as there's going to be volatility with the big payday, and there's going to be lots of price discovery, lots of people buying and selling. But over time, I think it'll balance out. And as a minimal investment, I think that this is a balanced way to go. You almost have too much freedom in hex, because you have 1 day to 5,555 days to create any ladder you can conceive of, with 1 hex or a billion hex, whatever. Like it's almost, there's too much freedom. So to give you a sense of, to give you some direction, this, I think, is the most balanced way to create a 15-year ladder, right? And then the next thing that we're going to do, because we can do that today, we can create a 15-year ladder today. But if we're talking about the 5555 ladder, then we can't build that in 1 day. It takes 15 years to build, right? We can, but and that's the next thing about this. Like, that's the next thing to consider as you're going through time, as you're ending stakes and taking payments, or taking profits and everything. If you go through and end a stake quarterly, and you think to yourself, okay, well, we have this 15-year ladder, and the next goal is to actively create a 5555 ladder. And so each quarter you take your principal, right, and restake that for 5555, right? Every quarter that you do that, and you just put your interest in your pocket, right? And when you do that for the next 15 years, as each quarter from year 1 on gets sweeter and sweeter and sweeter and sweeter, and you stake out your principal for 5555 each quarter, eventually 15 years rolls around, and we're still doing it. Like, all those stakes are coming due, everything's fine. Hex is kicking just as good 15 years from now as it's kicking today. And now what we're running into 15 years from now are stakes that have maxed out the hex contract, and and we have that, we get to enjoy that for the next 15 years, right? And as long as we keep restaking our principal, every stake that we mint is a maxed out 5555 stake in perpetuity. And that's the hex share war. That's the 5555 ladder. That's my best thinking after 10 months on this project. And that's the way to beat the hex game. The game of hex. That's how you beat it. Is you take 15 years to create a 5555 ladder. And you start with creating a 15-year ladder, and then you actively build it out as every single quarter gets sweeter. And you do it quarterly. You can do it annually. You can do it biannually. I think quarterly is probably the most balanced way to do it. But it's up to you guys. All right. Before I wrap it up, I want to talk about just a few minutes. The hex.live, let me just go there real quick. The hex.live website is a website developed by the Hex community, and all the while, this is the best. I think this is one of the best, one of the cleanest, most professional looking websites that we have in you know, that Hex has. And this is just a stake that, or just a demo ladder that I created for a previous video, but it really does kind of give you a nice smooth overview of what's going on here. And all in the meantime, in the background, they've been working on an app for iOS and Android that they have launched in the past 2 weeks, something like that. And I've used it, and it's amazing. And they're still building onto it. They're still adding to it, but there's a lot of functionality that you get in the Staker app. And so it's developed by the Hex.live people, and it's a way to view the blockchain, what's going on in Hex. It's a way to put the public key into Staker app and see what your stakes are worth, and it tracks it all real time live. Yeah, that's what it looks like, and it will become more and more essential to Hex as time goes on. There will be ways to onboard people. It will be what you'll be able to stake on it eventually, because they're still building out functionality. You're gonna love this. This is amazing. That the community has this app, and then and so that's what I wanted. Yeah, definitely get Staker app. Check it out. Use it. You're gonna love it. And then if you guys want to follow me at Crypto Model T Max on Twitter, and I recommend going through the feed. I'm on there retweeting the latest and greatest, so it's kind of like a way to get it quick and dirty. It's all of my thinking on Hex for the past like 3 or 4 months. I'll just tweet it out. So definitely do that. And then there's one more thing that I wanted to show you that Hex has that I don't know that any other cryptocurrency has. It's on Telegram, and this is called Hex Winbot. And it's called, if you go to Telegram, you go at Hex Winbot, right? And then you come down here and you click this, and you go settings /settings. And then I like to do live and hourly, right? And you just click all those, and then what will happen, you turn the what's it called? Turn the notifications off. You mute it, because every time someone buys Hex from the decentralized exchange, or sells Hex, or stakes, or ends a stake, or for now enters the adoption lobby, it will put it into this feed for you, and you get to see all the buys and the sells. You get to see people taking profit. $25,000 just sold. $82,000 just bought. $25,000 just bought. Sorry. All right, yeah, sorry about that, guys. But yeah, this is how you set. That's how you set this up, and I like this more and more that I have it. So, and then the other thing is the Hex Crypto Telegram channel. These jokers are hilarious, and this room runs 24/7. There's always people in it from all over the world. There's 20,000 people. The memes are the best in crypto, and it's been curated for years now. And so the vast majority of people in here know exactly, how to behave. And it's just an amazing chat. So that's t.me/Hex Crypto. And if you guys want to contact me for any reason, if you guys got questions or whatever, I'm at t.me/Crypto Model T Max on Telegram. And I'm on at Crypto Model T Max on Twitter. So, all right, that's going to do it, guys. Take care and best of luck. All right.